The luxurious Wilson estate was brightly lit. Tonight was the 70th birthday celebration for Mrs. Wilson, the matriarch of the family. Many grandchildren and in-laws presented gifts. Grandma, I heard you love tea. This century-old tea is worth $500,000 and is my birthday gift to you. Grandma, I know you're a devout Christian. This crystal cross is carved from pure obsidian and is worth $700,000. Mrs. Wilson looked at the various expensive presents and laughed, filling the whole family with joy. At that moment, Mrs. Wilson's eldest grandson-in-law, Charlie Wade, suddenly said, "Grandma, could you lend me $1 million? Aunt Lena from the orphanage has kidney failure and needs money for treatment." The entire Wilson family was stunned. Everyone stared at Charlie in disbelief. Was this live-in son-in-law out of his mind? It was Mrs. Wilson's birthday. Not only had he not prepared any gifts, but he even dared to ask her to lend him $1 million? 3 years ago, the late Mr. Wilson had found Charlie from who knows where and insisted on marrying him to his eldest granddaughter, Claire Wilson. At the time, Charlie was penniless, much like he was now. After the two got married, the old master passed away. Since then, the Wilson family has been deliberately trying to drive Charlie out. But Charlie seemed indifferent, unmoved by their insults. So he had remained the live-in son-in-law all this time. Asking Mrs. Wilson for money now was an act of desperation. Aunt Lena from the orphanage that had taken Charlie in needed dialysis and a kidney transplant, which would cost at least $1 million. He really had no choice but to ask Mrs. Wilson. He thought that since it was her birthday, she might be in good spirits and willing to help. Unexpectedly, Mrs. Wilson's laughter vanished in an instant. Her face darkened as she threw the teacup in her hand to the ground and shouted angrily, "You bastard! Are you here to celebrate my birthday or to borrow money?" Charlie's wife Claire hurried forward and explained to Lady Wilson, "Grandma, Charlie is ignorant. Don't be upset." She then tried to pull Charlie aside. At that moment, Claire's cousin Wendy sneered, "Sis, look at what kind of trash you married. Gerald and I just got engaged, and he already gave Grandma an obsidian cross." "It's hilarious your husband didn't bring any gifts and still has the nerve to ask Grandma for money." "Exactly, Charlie, my man. We're both son-in-laws of the Wilson family." As the eldest, you're a real failure," remarked Gerald White, Wendy's fiancé and the young heir of a wealthy local family. Although Gerald was about to marry Wendy, he felt her looks paled in comparison to Charlie's wife, Claire. Claire was a renowned beauty in Orris Hill, but seeing her married to this worthless, broke man really irritated Gerald. "This kind of trash should be kicked out of our family as soon as possible. Yeah, he's completely ruined the Wilson reputation. I bet borrowing money is just an excuse. He really wants to purposely ruin Lady Wilson's birthday celebration." Charlie couldn't help clenching his fists as the entire Wilson clan targeted and insulted him. If not for his savior's medical expenses, he would have turned and left this gaudy, fake place. However, remembering his late father's teachings to always repay kindness, he suppressed the humiliation and said to Mrs. Wilson, "Grandma, saving a life is more virtuous than any gift. Please show mercy." Someone snorted coldly. "Wade, quit trying to guilt-trip Grandma. If you want to save someone, figure it out yourself. Don't make Grandma pay for your hero complex. Who do you think you are?" It was Wendy's brother, Harold. The siblings always resented Claire for outshining them and loved seizing chances to mock Charlie. Claire said, "Grandma, Charlie lost his dad at 8. Aunt Lena from the orphanage raised him. He just wants to repay her kindness." Please help him." Mrs. Wilson replied darkly, "Help him? Fine, but only if you divorce him and marry Mr. Jones. Do that, and I'll give him $1 million immediately." She was referring to Wendell Jones, who had been pursuing Claire. The Jones family was upper class in Orris Hill, much more influential than the Wilsons, and Lady Wilson always wanted to curry their favor. Just then, the butler ran in, announcing loudly, "Mr. Jones sent a birthday present, a turquoise amulet worth $3 million. Mrs. Wilson was overjoyed and blurted out, "Bring it here quickly, let me see." The butler immediately handed over a stunning turquoise amulet. Everyone present gasped in amazement. The amulet was a vivid shade of blue-green, crystal clear without any impurities, and looked like a genuine top-quality piece. Gerald, who had gifted the obsidian cross, looked a bit awkward seeing this amulet. Unexpectedly, Wendell, who had no real connection to the Wilson family, had been so generous. Mrs. Wilson happily played with the amulet, saying merrily, "Oh, Mr. Jones is so thoughtful. Oh, if only he could be my grandson-in-law. It would be a dream come true." She then looked up at Claire. "What do you say to my condition? Will you consider it?" Claire shook her head. "Grandma, I won't divorce Charlie." Mrs. Wilson's expression instantly darkened. She angrily cursed. "Don't give me that attitude. You insist on clinging to this trash. Get him out of my sight. He's not allowed at my birthday banquet." Charlie was completely disappointed. He had no desire to stay with the Wilsons any longer. He said to Claire, "I'm going to the hospital to check on Aunt Lena." Claire hurriedly replied, "Then I'll come with you." Mrs. Wilson snapped, "If you leave too, I won't consider you my granddaughter anymore. Take your parents and get out of the Wilson house with this loser." Claire looked startled, not expecting such harsh words from Lady Wilson. Charlie quickly said, "You stay. Don't worry about me." Before Claire could respond, he turned and walked out. Harold laughed behind him. "Oh, my dear brother-in-law, you're leaving hungry. Are you going to beg on the streets for dinner? Don't completely ruin our family's reputation. Here, I've got a coin. You can buy a sandwich to eat." He took out a coin and threw it at Charlie's feet. The entire Wilson family burst into laughter. Charlie gritted his teeth and left without looking back. Rushing to the hospital, Charlie immediately went to the billing office, wanting to inform them that the payment for Aunt Lena's medical expenses would be delayed by another 2 days. However, when he asked the nurse, Charlie was suddenly told that Aunt Lena had been transferred overnight to the best hospital in Eastcliff. Shocked, he hurriedly asked, "How much does it cost? I'll find a way to pay." The nurse replied, "A total of $3 million is needed. $1 million has been paid, but there's still a gap of $2 million. It's due in a week." "Who paid the first $1 million?" Charlie asked. The nurse shook her head. "I don't know." As Charlie was trying to figure it out, he turned and saw a man in a black suit with gray hair, about 50 years old, standing behind him. The man bowed and said, "Young master, you have suffered for so many years." Charlie frowned, his demeanor changing. He asked, "Are you Stephen Thompson?" The man replied, "Mr. Wade, you still remember me?" Charlie's expression froze. He murmured, "Of course I remember. I remember every one of you. Back then, you forced my parents to take me and flee Eastcliff. During that time, they died unexpectedly, and I became an orphan. So why are you looking for me now?" Stephen said remorsefully, "Young master, when your father passed away, Mr. Wade was also extremely sad. He's been searching for you all these years. Now that we've found you, he wants you to come back with me." Charlie said, "You can go. I will never see him again in my life." Stephen asked, "Young master, do you still blame Mr. Wade?" "Of course," Charlie replied, emphasizing each word. "I will never forgive him as long as I live." Stephen sighs. "Before I came, Mr. Wade said you might not forgive him. At least he's self-aware, Charlie scoffed. Stephen continued. Mr. Wade knows you've suffered over the years. He wants to compensate you. If you don't want to return, he'll buy the largest company in Oris Hill and give it to you. He also asked me to give you this card. The password is your birthday. He handed over a platinum card. Mr. Wade, there are only 5 such cards in the country. Charlie shook his head. Take it away. I don't want it. Stephen pressed. Mr. Wade, for Miss Lena, you still have a shortfall of $2 million in medical expenses. If you fail to pay, her life may be in danger. Charlie frowned. Are you deliberately trying to manipulate me? Stephen quickly said, I wouldn't dare. If you accept this card, it will be more than enough to pay the medical expenses. Charlie asked, how much money is on this card? Mr. Wade said this card is just a little pocket money for you. Not much. It has a total of $10 billion.